The opening words of Mark's Gospel are these. The beginning of the Gospel, or the beginning of the good news, Gospel and good news, same thing. The beginning of the good news about Jesus the Messiah, the Son of God. Those words serve as the starting block through which Mark races through this book that he has written. And he does race. He races like none of the other gospel writers because this is the shortest one, only 16 chapters. But they are profound. The beginning of the gospel, the good news about Jesus the Messiah, the Son of God. And so Mark races forward from that starting block to present the man who is the Messiah, with all the marks that distinguish him as such, and then to make absolutely clear what the mission of this Messiah is. To help you in your own personal study of this gospel according to Mark would be to consider it as a book in two halves. And it's nicely divided. 16 is divided up in two halves. The first 8 chapters primarily focus on the presentation, on the proving within the presentation that this is the Messiah. And so we see in the first 8 chapters the power of Jesus over disease, over demons, over creation, over death. We even see the power of Jesus to create. And the first half of this book is punctuated. It actually has a punctuation mark. It's punctuated with a statement of the Apostle Peter, who at the end of that time, in chapter 8, verse 29, Peter says, "You are the Messiah." And what we see in the progressive persuasion of the disciples' minds that Jesus is the Messiah is the intention of God in these words to show us no man does these things if he is mere man. And the reader, the student of these words, is meant to come to the conclusion, Jesus, you are the Messiah. But from that moment, Mark then goes on to show us the intention, the mission of the Messiah who is presented to the disciples and who is presented to you and I. And it is absolutely contrary to every expectation of these disciples of what the Messiah was all about. Because every Jewish person in Israel was expecting that at some point in time the Messiah was going to arrive, and when he arrived he would get rid of their foreign overlords and would be seated on a throne and reign eternally from that place, a physical throne with his power, and this was going to be it. They now know this is the Messiah. Their expectations are heightened. But what Jesus says after Peter has said, "You are the Messiah," floors them. It leaves them feeling absolutely gutted. Because what he tells them is not what they're expecting with regards to the mission of the Messiah.